Get ready for an adventure to Japan you've never seen before, where you'll find accomplishment, local charm, real beauty, and a sweet taste of freedom. Embark on a brand new journey through Japan, seen through the lens of bicycles. This is the collaboration tour between All Cycle Japan and Samurai Matcha. The story of a 6-day trip to Japan's Kansai area is about to start. So without further ado, let's kickstart this journey.
3, 2,
Go! Today I arrived at Kansai Airport Hotel Omo to have a meeting with the owners of All Cycle Japan and the members who I travel with. So let me introduce them first. Shelly and Masato. They are the owners of All Cycle Japan. Shelly, a lovely Canadian with a radiant smile, and Masato, always cheerful with his jokes. He's a true Kansai local. Mirko, my friend and photographer from Italy. Such a handsome guy. Alina, an old friend of mine who supports me with various projects. Yukie, a powerful Japanese woman who has 4 kids living in Canada. Aki, and that's me, a samurai traveling the world on a single-gear bamboo bicycle while making matcha. We spent the day getting to know each other, receiving safety briefings, and going over the itinerary for the trip. Now let me give you a brief overview of the bicycle route for this journey. Route: Day 1, Kansai Airport in Osaka to Wakayama. Day 2, Wakayama to Hashimoto. Day 3, Hashimoto to Nara. Day 4, Nara to Otsu. Day 5, Otsu to Kyoto. Day 6, Kyoto to Osaka. In total, 330 kilometers. And of course, this long journey includes lots of hidden gems. Thanks to Masato, who knows the Kansai area inside out. Now let's go on an adventure together! Day 1. We got off to a slow start today, taking a yoga session. After that, we enjoyed a delicious breakfast to charge up our energy. Today's distance is 59.6 kilometers. It might seem challenging, but no worries. Shelly and Masato have arranged electric bicycles with gears and cycle computers for us. So it's very comfortable even for beginners. On top of that, just like in the Tour de France, Masato will carry all our luggage. So we can enjoy cycling without any burden. If you want a challenge, you can try single-speed biking like me. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but super exciting. The weather and temperature are perfect, so let's go! As we started, children around us were also starting their own adventures. How adorable! Refreshing feeling. At the beginning, we rode along the coast, feeling the exhilarating breeze. One of the reasons I love bicycle journeys is this refreshing feeling. You can't experience it in a car or train. Cherry blossoms. We were lucky to catch the cherry blossom season. Mirko passionately talked about their beauty. He is probably saying, "It's beautiful, right?" Shrines. Just so you know, shrines are facilities of Shinto, the indigenous faith of Japan, while temples are associated with Buddhism. Here's a quiz. Do you know how to tell the difference between a shrine and temple? Tick-tock, tick-tock. The answer: shrines usually have a gate called tori, while temples often have a gate called sammon. Got it right? By the way, did you know that Japan has around 57,000 convenience stores, 77,000 temples, and shrines? Approximately 80,000. It really shows how many shrines there are in Japan, right? Yeah, one of the great things about bicycle journey is seeing many beautiful shrines like this, even for Japanese. Ninja. Occasionally, Masato would appear like a ninja, taking photos and giving us useful information. Thanks Ninja Masato! Fun athletics. In countryside of Japan, you tend to find unique and fun athletics. Today we found this long slide. Oh, what a nice massage for our butts! Local grandmas. Riding through Japanese countryside, we met many friendly local grandmas and grandpas. They're usually kind, so it's worth talking with them. Don't be shy. We became friends with a grandma collecting shells and seaweed. Italian restaurant. For lunch, we selected this Italian restaurant from the recommended list provided. The owner, an Italian Australian, served delicious dishes. Mirko said it was great, so that meant it was really delicious, because he's Italian. After that, we crossed the mountain and we reached this shrine. Doll Shrine. This is the doll shrine, Awashima Shrine, where many dolls are dedicated. Rumor has it that there's a doll whose hair keeps growing. Kind of creepy, right? But this shrine enshrines a deity for medicine, attracting many women praying for safe childbirth. It's actually a popular power spot. Ryokan. Finally, we climbed a steep hill and reached the ryokan. This is where we'll be staying tonight. Futagoshima-sou. Speaking of ryokans, it usually offers yukata, hot springs, and kaiseki cuisine. Look at this luxurious meal! There's plenty of seafood because Wakayama is famous for it. It was perfect reward for our hungry stomachs. The view from the window was also amazing. Day 2. Morning Matcha. Yesterday I spotted a Japanese garden from the window. When I saw such a breathtaking view, I couldn't wait to make matcha there. So I did it, and it was awesome. Happiness is all around you, right? We said goodbye to the ryokan stuff, and off we went. Super convenience. Some may feel anxious about cycling in a foreign country, but cycling in Japan is easy because there are convenience stores everywhere. Japanese convenience stores have everything from food to clothing to daily necessities. Plus, they offer free toilets. Yeah, it's a truly cyclist sanctuary. If you're buying snacks for cycling, I recommend Wida Jelly, Calorie Mate, and Onigiri. Wakayama Castle. This is a must-visit spot in Wakayama. You can enjoy street food, see ninjas, plus you can enter the castle. Personally, I recommend this wooden corridor. It's so photogenic. We found a matcha tea shop at the end of the corridor, so we enjoyed some matcha. Ooh, thank you so much. Wakayama's river and mountains. Even for Japanese people, Wakayama's mountains and rivers are stunning, with minimal ups and downs and plenty of bicycle lanes. It's very bicycle friendly. It's the second day, so my butt is a little sore, but this beautiful scenery makes me forget the pain. Day 3. Typical Japanese holiday. Why do I love bicycle trips? It's because I get to see the typical scenery of that country. Grandpa's working in the field, kids playing baseball, Shiba. You can't see these everyday scenes in tourist spots, right? It's the slow pace of cycling that allows us to appreciate them. Japan's best taiyaki. Today we went to the shop Masato recommended as the best taiyaki shop in Japan. The best in Japan? Really? At first I was skeptical, but since I was hungry, I ended up buying 3 taiyaki with red bean paste, custard, and matcha flavors. When I tasted them, they were so good. Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. Matcha. I can give it the title of the best taiyaki in Japan for now. Yeah. By the way, did you know that you can tell someone's personality by which part of the taiyaki you eat first? Let me introduce you. Head, optimistic. Tail, cautious. Fin, nervous. Belly, adventurous. Split in half and eat from the head. Active. Split in half and eat from the tail. Conservative. I don't know why, but that's what they say in Japan. Do you have anything like this in your country? I'm curious, feel free to share it in the comments. Kashiwara Jingu. Shrine, known as Jinja in Japanese, is occasionally referred to as Jingu. Jingu is a highly esteemed type of shrine. There are only 24 out of 80,000 shrines like this in Japan. That's why the power here is incredible. I gained superpowers here too. Look at this. Honestly, I thought it had a very sacred atmosphere. Totally recommend it. Afterwards, we passed through the old street of Nara and headed to Horyu-ji Temple. Horyu-ji Temple. Here we are, Horyu-ji Temple. It's the oldest existing wooden building in Japan and the first place in Japan to become a World Heritage Site. It's a must-see. And also, don't forget to look for the hidden Pokemon maintenance hall covers. Hidden gem spot. Now I'm taking you to our hidden cherry blossom spot. Here we are. So beautiful, right?
Wow.
We are so lucky to find this spot. Fatigue. We reached in the inn after climbing the final hill. We traveled 70.1 kilometers today, so I'm really tired. Why am I the only one with a single gear? I thought that many times, but each time I told myself, because I choose this. Yeah, bicycle trips are tiring, but that tiredness makes the journey unforgettable and enjoyable. Fatigue is also part of the charm of bicycle trips. Well done, Aki. Well done, team. Day 4. Bowing deer. We started our morning with greeting deers. You might have heard the Nara's deer bow. Look, at first you might find the deer intimidating, but the trick is to stay calm and confident. That way the deer won't chase you. Todai-ji Temple. Then off to Todai-ji Temple, famous for its giant Buddha. It's always awe-inspiring. A popular activity at Todai-ji Temple is passing through a hole in one of the temple's pillars. It's said to be the same size of the Buddha's nostril. Supposedly, it brings good health and wisdom. Do you think you can make it through? Alina passed through without any problem. How about Shelly? Oh, she did it too! Yeah! Amazing! Local experience. Thanks to Yuki's excellent communication skills, we befriended some local cyclists. They took us to a local restaurant. Unfortunately, the restaurant we wanted to go was closed, but we happened to find another cafe. What a stylish open-air cafe! We had a great time dining with the locals and their dog, Wabisuke. Yes, this is the dog that appeared in the opening. These encounters with locals are what makes cycle trips truly special. Enman-in Temple, Shukubo. After visiting several sites, we arrived at Enman-in Temple. It's a special temple where members of the imperial family serves as head priests. There are only 17 such temples nationwide. Shukubo is kind of a temple's hotel. One great thing about it is the opportunity to enjoy Shojin ryori. It's Buddhist cuisine that doesn't use any meat, fish, and eggs. Traditional Japanese vegan cuisine. And let me tell you, it was incredibly delicious. Honestly, it's the best Shojin ryori I've ever had. It turns out the chef here was quite a famous cook in Japan. I truly felt that just tasting this cuisine made the stay worthwhile. Day 5. Zazen. We started the morning with Zazen meditation. During Zazen, in such a beautiful room, feels like I'm in real heaven. Sightseeing in Kyoto. Today we visited many tourist spots in Kyoto. Spiritual shrines, Nanzen-ji temples, and 5-story pagoda. You can't miss Kiyomizu Temple. when you're in Kyoto. Nishiki Market is also a must visit. Samurai and Ninja Museum. And here's an experience I highly recommend it. You can learn about Japan's samurai and ninja history. After learning the history, you can try throwing shurikens. It might seem easy, but it's surprisingly difficult. Me? It's easy for me because I used to be a ninja. But in the final target game, Masato won in the adult category. Oh my gosh, he really is a ninja. Then we moved to another location. We were supposed to experience dressing up as a samurai, but a real samurai showed up. What? It seems we went to the wrong place. However, the samurai was really kind and it showed us a sword dance. Incredible. Real samurai and samurai matcha say cheese. Of course, we later moved to the proper location and tried dressing up as samurai. Say cheese. Final day.
Best day!
Red Torii Gates. We started the day from the Red Torii Gates. Do you recognize this place? Yep, it's the famous Fushimi Inari. You might have seen it in Instagram, right? Here's a question. What's the role of a Torii Gate? Torii Gates act as gates that separate the human world from the realm of the gods. That's why Japanese people usually bow when passing through Torii Gates. But you don't have to bow at every one of them here. By the way, this shrine has a total of 10,000 Torii Gates, including small ones. Amazing. Sake Museum. If you're interested in sake, this place is a must visit. It's the Gekkeikan Sake Museum. Besides getting a taste of sake, you can learn about the history of sake making and purchase the latest sake. It's a dream come true for sake lovers. Panasonic Museum. Here's my recommendation for a tourist spot in Osaka. It's the Panasonic Museum, where you can see a variety of historical Japanese inventions for free. By the way, Konosuke Matsushita was my mentor in cleaning toilets. Be sure to check it out. Along the way, we had lunch at a shrine, ran with local students, and finally arrived at Osaka Castle, which was our goal. Osaka Castle. You must visit Osaka Castle when you're in Osaka. Yeah, Nagoya Castle in my hometown is nice too, but Osaka Castle is magnificent too. And we did it! We ended the trip by taking photos together. Say cheese! Farewell party. Of course, we ended the farewell party with sake. We talked about the good and tough moments of these 6 days. Yeah, even though there were some tough times, we enjoyed a lot because of everyone. Looking back on this journey, I can say it was an amazing tour that can only be experienced through cycling. Whether you're traveling solo, with a partner, or with friends, it's a tour that everyone can enjoy. Even if you're a beginner, she made it. If you felt even a little intrigued by this tour, I encourage you to trust your intuitions and check out the All-Cycle Japan website. And if you decide to sign up for the tour, I'm sure you'll be exploring Japan with a beautiful smile in the future. Alright, so stay safe, have fun, and thank you for watching as usual. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.